Hi, 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 five high from Y. This is a good day. This is a good day. I have had my fish and I am ready to celebrate by going to bed. Had a wonderful Friday night. Got so much support from a group that I speak to at least 6 days a week and celebrated with my sister in Dallas. And so, what am I talking about today? Well, I have this desire for coloring books, and said this so many times about coloring books. And I use coloring books as a way to deal with mourning, my mourning, my mourning that is being turned into joy. So, what's the exciting thing for me this week? Well, here you are. This is my preacher's book. I preached a sermon from the coloring calf, Colorful Blessings. And one of the things that stood out for me as I looked into those windows, Zooms of supporters and people that I had never met, was the beautiful smiles that they had on their face. And so I am just saying that my God will supply everything I need. So that is what I'm talking about in dealing with grief today, and more so grief being on the inside and mourning being on the outside. I am just convinced that we must believe. So, what is the belief for me today? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Believe is a seven-letter word. And I am just thinking about how we use it. And we say it so often, I believe this and I believe that, or I don't believe this, or I don't believe that. And this is very prevalent as we are in I don't know what it is, a period 8 or 9 days before a national election that will determine who our next president is, number 46. Well, I am not so concerned about number 46. I'm concerned about Kamala Harris and where she will be protected and be available. I believe that she would be a good vice president. I believe that she would be a good president if needed. But in the meantime, I am just going to continue to say that I am on the prayer path. And before I go to bed tonight, I am going to be in prayer for our country, for our nation, and for nations all around as we deal with this pandemic. Sometimes I'm going, when is this going away? And then sometimes I'm going, why are you worried about it? So I can't control it. There's nothing that I can do. So I'm just going to thank God for the opportunity to follow through on my destiny, follow through on my purpose, and just let the flow go. Let the flow go. I am going to move gently through grief for this day and move into mourning for this day. And then, even in the morning, then I will be moving into joy. So I'm thinking about what I could do to really emphasize how I'm feeling today. I saw some things on Facebook that made me laugh, and then some things that made me not laugh. I'm just not going to say I don't deal with that sadness. I don't have time for that, but not laugh. And so what did I do? I went and found me some good music, some good old music. I know people said, oh, we don't know about that old music, but I found me some good old music because my husband's playlist has old music, old preachers, old cars, and old trucks, and everything on it. So I just enjoyed that remembering that memory of the oldness, knowing that if we keep going, we're going to get old. And even if we don't claim it from a chronological place, we will be old. But we don't really have to deal with that because we're living our eternal lives and we can just enjoy the company of all that with our internal life. Now, some of the reasons that I am doing this video is things that I saw that I needed to change as I was presenting to the Pilgrim Rest Dallas singles ministry. And one of the things that I got less time than I had been assigned, but I had probably a lot more written than I would have needed in the time allotted to me. But I actually began to push those things that uh, I really things that I wanted to emphasize, and I did not use all of my time wisely. And I think that's what we do with selling, trying to be, I guess, marketers is a word. I'm not handled it yet. I guess because I was in corporate so long, I really got to de-ice myself so that I can freeze myself into a better, ferocious marketer. And so I continue to try to sell my books. I at least got a chance to introduce my book to people in Dallas, Texas, and Houston, and South Carolina. So even if it's one person that will take the time to order the book, and it's Redeeming Grace, Look How Far God Has Brought Us. And it is a compilation by Silas Harris and Wyvonia Woods Harris with 10 or more grace contributors. And I really would like to just sell, if I sell one, no, no, if I sell 100 books, uh, I would be not satisfied, but it would really help me feel better about what I'm doing day in and day out. And that's what I know that I can't compete with some of the people that are really pushers, they're marketers, they know how to get out there and go yay, 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 and sell their books. But I have not gotten to that. But I also have to realize that Wise Grief Community Advocacy 2020 is really about edifying, educating, and encouraging. So I've got to make sure that that's my one priority. But it would be good that if in that priority that I would be able to monetize. But I am happy because I am making progress on my subscribers. And I know the strategic coach tells us that not to deal so much with numbers, but you're glad when you get one number or even five numbers, and you always call that improvement. So that's what I'm talking about today. When we go from mourning to joy in the morning, and how we will wake up as the Lord allows and start all over again, knowing that we have been blessed. And so I say to you from my cafe coloring book, cafe prayer book, cafe preacher book, I say to you, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day as much as you have left. I don't have a lot, but I'm going to enjoy it anyway. That's just the way you do things. See ya.